when anybody says anything, you will first of all ask yourself, can it be true? Because it's not tallying. So basically, the news of what anybody says about my husband, in as much as God has not said it to me, it does not make any, it doesn't do me anything.
Yeah.
So as for the question you asked me about a lady alleging that my husband is the father of a child, the first thing you need to ask her is, the first thing I want to ask you is, how old is the child that is claiming to have a child? Because when you want to, you see, this is just a gold digger. You should be able to know the signs of a gold digger from where to where. When you even look at the age gap, it becomes an insult. From where to where? I honestly don't understand. So, I personally, I just disregarded it.
Dismissed it, yeah.
Because as far as I'm concerned, it's not anything that I want to believe. And you asked a question again.
Has it affected your home?
How did I react to it?
Yeah.
You asked how did I react to it?
Yes, how you reacted to
how
it and how it has affected. Yeah.
Situation? You first asked me when I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to know?
Yeah.
You see, I'm a pastor. And the first thing I did was to check with God. If it was true. And he told me to disregard it, it's a lie. So, in the end, the truth will speak. Anybody can make allegations. Because as far as I'm concerned, she knows the father of her child. She's just a gold digger. Because when a child, because as far as I'm concerned, that girl is a child. That girl is a child. Yeah. So when a child who knows where her mates are could not find any of her mates to date, I hope you're getting what I'm saying.
Of course. Yeah.
Could not find any of her own mates to date.
Yeah.
Number one, she's gold digging. And when you now look at the nature of my husband, it's easy for people to just take it for granted. That's why I always advise my husband. I know how my husband and I began. You can tell me my husband is a flirt. I'll tell you my husband is not a flirt. You can tell me all the signs are there, and I'll tell you I'm sorry. You can say whatever you like. It cannot change my opinion about my husband. Because you see, the truth is, you have to know your husband. When you know your husband, you will know what he's capable of doing. If you do not know what your husband is capable of doing, then your marriage is going to crash. Because they will sell you any story and you will jump out. You will overreact. So, what am I trying to say in essence? What I'm trying to say is, how did I react to the situation?
Yeah.
Once God told me it is not true, no man can tell me it is true. And I have checked with my husband. He's old enough to know if he's the father or not. And if there is now contention about who the father is, then definitely the person, the lady in charge, is prostituting. She needs to go and look for who the father of her child is. She needs to go and that. I don't really want to dwell too much.
Yes, ma. Quickly, ma, before we move on to the next question. She's claiming that in Abuja that she's Mrs. Ayeni, and the daughter is baby Ayeni. Have you? You want to react to her as an? I see her as an impostor. Try to just.
That's what she is.
Yes, try to.
Well, the truth is, the question is, we all know what the law says about marriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody can call themselves any name.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, my husband has not told me that he's divorcing me. We are both lawyers. He knows that he has to divorce a woman to marry another woman.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and if nobody has married her, neither is my husband telling me, because my husband and I are happily married.
Good.
Happily married, and I refuse to be moved by distractions.
Good.
I like that, but I don't want to say further about that. But lastly, ma, maybe you mentioned that Oga is very generous, is very nice to people. He has a very good heart. That people take that one for granted and they use the opportunity to say different things. And this particular impostor, we heard that. Get things from different men up and down. But she claimed that it's Oga that is spending for her, buying her things, buying her house, buying her this and that, and all of that.
The truth is, let me tell you something. That is why I didn't really want to go to this length, but since you have asked this question, it requires for us to, and for me to actually throw more light on it. You see, I always that's why I'll tell you my husband is not a flirt. For a man in his right senses to be spending on a woman, you will first of all ask yourself, in return for what? In return for what? In return for what he cannot get elsewhere? So, you see, when they have stepped into juju and all manner of jazz, which is common with all these useless girls, then a man begins to behave in a way that he himself would not even believe the extent he went. So I want you to understand that basically she knows what she did. She knows how she arranged whatever. She knows what she did. She knows what she did, but I am 100% sure, 110% sure that child does not belong to my husband.
Let's leave it at that. No, we leave it at that. No, that's a very good way to do it.